and he shifts into from second into third gear and throws me up against the emergency exit door, and the door pops open and I fall out while he's driving down the road. Yeah. And I remember thinking, as I'm falling out of the back of the bus, it was in slow motion at that time, thinking, I can't believe I'm falling out of this bus. And at that point, I hit my back on the trailer hitch and bounce off the trailer hitch underneath the trailer. And I and I bounce again. I bounce off my back and onto my side. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm actually yelling in my head, stop, you're going to kill me. You're killing. Actually, what I said in my head was, you're killing me. I knew something was going to happen. And as soon as that thought came out of my, as soon as I thought that, the back tire of the trailer ran over my neck and my head. And that's when I popped up out of my body, through my head. And I'm looking down at the scene and my body in the middle of the road, and there's no time there, so it's hard to determine how long it's a huge journey for me. It was a very profound journey. But I'm looking down and I see what a commuter bus driving toward me in that lane. And I'm thinking in my mind, I hope that bus doesn't run over my body, because that would make a big mess. And I'm also, I wasn't upset. I didn't feel sadness or fear or anything like that. And then I think about my friends and I'm thinking, oh gosh, this is really going to ruin their day, because I knew that I had died, so to speak. I said, this is really going to ruin their day. We had such an amazing day, and here I go and die on them. And this is they're going to look back at this day and say, oh, that's horrible. And it was one of my friend's birthdays. And so she's going to say, oh my gosh, I can't celebrate my birthday because my friend died. And so those thoughts were going through my head, but it didn't make me want to come back. I will say that. And I thought about my sister and her family, and I realized that I was thinking that she has a family. She'll be fine. She'll be upset, because we were very close. And I thought about my partner as well. And I thought at the time, we're not together anymore, that well, he'll get over it. He'll be upset, but he'll get over it. So I'm thinking, all these things about the people that I'm leaving behind. And then I thought about my mother, who was still alive. My stepfather had died, who I was very close to in 98, which actually kind of started the whole journey to my NDE, just really blew it up, my spiritual journey. And so I thought about my mom, which like I said, I kind of took care of. She lived down the road from me. And I felt the presence behind me. And I turn around, I take my attention off of what I'm observing. And I see turn around and I see my stepfather standing there. And he tells me, the first thing he tells me is, it's not your time. And we're communicating intuitively. And I'm saying, but I want to be here with you. I want to stay. I want to stay here. I knew in my soul that this is the end of my life this is what we do. We've done this many times. It's not something that's permanent or anything like that. I knew it in my soul. I already knew that.
Really? You knew that when you were talking to your stepfather?
Actually, it was when I was above my body, is when I knew that I've done this many times. This isn't something that, that I've only done once, which is die or leave my body. That this was another life experience that I must be finished with. Because I had all that awareness as I was watching what was going on. And so my dad, he said, well, it's not your time. And then he started telling me about mom. He said that my mom needs me for certain things, and that I haven't finished what I needed to do. I was a partier at that time, I will say. During that time, I was a partier. Most of my
I understand.
Most of my adult life, I was a partier,
Uh-huh.
and I still kept down a job, still had, had made a good living with what I did. And
Mhm.
so, but I wasn't connected. I wasn't connected like I should be.
Mhm.
And so, and I realized afterwards, all the partying was to what I learned as I was remembering everything, that all the partying was just to repress what I needed to heal from my childhood and my past lives. Many, many, many,
Wow.
many times. Yeah. So he says it's not your time, and I argue with him, and
You
then I
did?
yeah yeah, and then I feel, and to my right again, I sense something happening, some movement, and I turn and there's a tunnel opening up.
Oh, really?
And this color behind me kind of reminds me of what it looked like, going a little bit lighter blue.
Wow.
And so I I turn my attention to the tunnel or the portal, and I see my ancestors. I call it the ancestor tunnel, and I see my ancestors there, and I recognize some from this lifetime, and from other lifetimes that I wouldn't have, I wouldn't recognize them here, but I,
Right.
but I did then and there. And I start to
Mhm.
move toward the tunnel. And I'm moving toward the tunnel, and then I see another portal or tunnel beyond that, or inside, or beyond, or behind. I can't say for sure. And it was golden, like this right here. It
Oh
was a
my gosh.
golden white light,
Oh
like
my
the sun.
gosh.
Hmm. Like the sun.
Beautiful. Just beautiful.
And lose I'm just gazing at that portal, and at some I see a figure coming toward me out of that portal, the golden white sun like portal, and it was super bright, but it didn't hurt my eyes. It was just
Wow.
like looking at the sun. It was gorgeous. And I see a figure moving out, and I recognize him right away as he moves closer as Jesus Christ, who I call
Mhm.
Yeshua, as Christ. I recognized him right away. And again, like I said, I was raised Catholic, but I wasn't a good Catholic. I believed in Christ. I believed in God. I believed there was definitely some higher power that was watching
Mhm.
over me.
Mhm.
Because, yeah, I should have had many NDEs during my adult life, and during my life. And which I found out later, I did have one when I was 9. That memory came to me
In
as he
this
was
lifetime, you had more NDEs?
one that I
Oh,
remembered. Yes,
okay.
when I was 9. Yeah.
Wow.
And so and as soon as I recognized him, I flew to him, and he embraced me. I knew that I missed him terribly. I really missed him
I
terribly.
can imagine how that felt. Oh my gosh, how humbling. Oh,
It's difficult to describe. It's,
mhm,
I mean, how when a child first, sees their, not first, but hasn't seen their parent, for a long time, for seems like a
mhm.
very, very long time. It was just, whew, and I'm already starting to feel it. I knew that I missed him terribly, and I wanted to be with him
Okay.
again, still.
Yes.
Yeah. And he said to me, "It's not your time."
Oh, no.
And
'Cause you didn't listen to your stepfather, so Jesus had to intervene.
Jesus had to intervene because I
You were
started going down the tunnel. Yeah.
you not only did you party, you were a rebel girl.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely,
Yeah,
definitely. I was always against the grain. I was always the black sheep, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, totally.
I love
And
it.